Hello, everybody. We're back. Some more technical difficulties. We had a computer crash on us, so
It's the first game of the season. What can we say, Justin?
I know. Well, we're professionals, but we're supposed to be, ish.
Anyway, a little recap on the top of the fourth. A quick 3 outs for the Bucs, and we have a new pitcher on the mound now for the Eagles. So that one gets popped up. Second baseman there to corral it in.
Interestingly, I came in top half of that inning talking about how the next few are foundational for the Bucs. They changed their pitcher. They're going to try and bridge to the 7, 8, 9.
Batting number 23, third baseman Kyle O'Donnell.
And they did just that. They established it nicely. The first baseman coming in with more picks.
And for the Eagles, this is interesting because we got a side armor on the mound.
Yes, we do. First one way outside.
So it's a different arm angle. It means you're going to get a different reaction, different rotation on some of those off-speed pitches especially. Like that right there.
Score still 4-3 as the Ventura Bucs lead. Contact out to the third baseman on the ground. Throws it over to first, and he's out.
Clean play right there. 5-3 on the putout. One of the easier plays we've seen the Eagles make today.
That's right.
Arranged by the third baseman.
Number 6, the designated hitter Alex Howard.
DH digging in here with 2 outs. Big swing and a miss, and as you were stating, way different arm angle, point of release for the pitcher. These batters are going to have to get used to. One
This
downstairs.
game is, nowhere near over.
See how long this pitcher stays in for the Eagles. There's a chance if the batter sees him a couple times, they start to get used to the point of release on the pitcher, but first at bat, going to be a tough one for everyone.
Good
Way
hitters
outside
count
enough.
here. Look for a fastball. Probably going to see a big cut from Jacob Hart.
Three one the count, 2 outs. One chopped foul on the left side loads up the count.
Now he's going to choke up 3-2.
Coach wants offense. On the full count with 2 outs. And he'll take his base. That one's in the dirt.
If you're the Eagles,
Batting number 10, extra hitter Colin Bell.
you don't want to end up, giving any 2-out RBIs. You want to nip this in the bud, give yourself some momentum going back into that dugout. Only down 1. Only the bottom of the fourth here. Back pick. Ooh, that's close. The
Nice.
umpire was almost ready to punch him out.
Nice throw by the catcher. count with 2 outs. A runner on first for the Bucs after the walk.
You know, of note also, we've seen right-handers all day. This is first lefty for the Eagles. So not only sidearm, but a left-handed pitcher. Primary in terms of the Bucs, mostly right-handed batters. So these lefty-righty matchups are going to be beneficial for them.
Sidearm to first base.
You know, my dad had a knuckleball when he was playing softball.
Really?
And I think he threw it from that. I don't know if he threw it from over there.
I was just a hitter. I didn't.
I was nothing. I just spoke for a little. and people decided to listen to what I had to say. Whether you all are doing that or not is up to you. I will not take offense, but still.
2-1 the count. Straight down the middle.
You know, I would have swung at that. If I was Colin. Right down the pipe. You're not going to get a lot of those from an arm angle like this. A little too conservative there.
That one's in the dirt, and he's going to make it to second base.
That is a great read over there.
Catcher's had a couple nice throws from
By
behind
Howard.
the plate. He bobbled it a little bit, wasn't able to pick it up quite in time to throw him out. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second. Big swing and a miss. Ends the inning for the Bucs.
No, well. Oh, man.
First pitch in the top of the 5th, outside.
Judging by his previous calls, I would have called that a strike. Although I believe the strike 3 call was inside on a batter, not outside. Was it outside?
No, that was outside.
It
Yeah,
was?
it was. Yep. That's an inside strike there. Since the pitching change, they've been able to keep runners off of home plate. That one on the ground to second base.
High throw, able to keep his foot on the bag.
First baseman really been making some nice plays so far.
Really saving his teammates. I mean, this game could easily be
A whole different ball game without him.
8-4 if the snow
Yeah,
cone
you're right.
plays at first had not gone down. So
You're correct in saying that. Lefty digging in the box with one out. Call that one a ball. Looked almost straight down the middle to me.
might have been a little high.
It's a smaller batter, I guess. Give him the benefit
Can
of
be
the doubt.
harder to judge up down than it is to judge in and out.
That one's way inside and down. 2-0 the count now.
Good hitters count. See if this Eagle hitter decides to take a hack at a pitch here.
And outside. 3-0 with one out. Pick of the litter for this batter.
Auto take here. Down by a run. I don't think they're going to give him a green light to swing here. And there it is.
Way to find the zone after the 3 balls. Get yourself back in this one. 3-1 the count now. And here comes the pitch.
That one was up. See, and that's, you know, if you're a pitcher, you can live with giving up hits. It's the walks that really, really bother you because it means you're losing control of the strike zone. You know, there's always those what I call doinkers, which are, you know, sort of in between where it probably would have been caught had a player not been playing a shift or, you know, wouldn't have gone off the bat at a weird angle, but, you know, walks and homers are not what a pitcher wants to give up.
No homers yet in the game.
Don't jinx it.
And 2-0 count now. Strike
Another
zone.
good hitter's count. Could be a swinging opportunity. Go ahead, run at the plate. There it is.
Swing out
In
to
the
left
corner.
field, and that's going to touch the ground, and that'll be extra bases. They're going to bring him home. That will score a run, and he'll stop at second base. The RBI out to left field.
That's a big-time knock. If you're the Eagles right there, going into the middle innings, pitchers haven't really been on point. Stroke to left field, probably the best swing of the day. Down the line. Solid double, picking his pitch on a 2-1. That would have been a 2-1 count.
Not only that, but it ties up the game.
4-4, top 5.
Called strike on that one. Here's the 0-1.
Tried the looping curveball. Broke too early there. Got to stay behind it, over the top. Place your fingers over the top of the ball, not behind the ball.
Swing and a miss. Makes the count 1-2. 1 out, and the Eagles have a runner on second.
It's imperative for the Bucs right now to keep this score tied. 1 out runner on second.
Do not want to go into the bottom of the 5th in the deficit.
Great block by Choi back there. He's made some good stops. It's almost like a hockey goalie, you know, you spread out, hope it hits the chest protector, stays in front of you.
The 2-2 is hit high out to center field. He's under it.
Runner thought about it, won't tag, good cut.
It's a good idea staying at second. A nice arm.
Yeah, I don't think he would have tagged up. I think it was just a show in there, see if he can induce an errant throw. I don't think that ball was deep enough either way to get him to tag up.
Very opportune play there for the Bucs, as they now have 2 outs. Desperately want to keep that guy on second base, retire the inning. Contact out to left center field, sorry, and he's under it. That ends the inning. And the players will change sides. We'll see you in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 5th. And a called strike way outside.
It looked a little out, yeah.
And low.
He tried to get that curveball to come back to the corner. The hard part about a pitch like that is when you start it outside, it has a tendency to break, but doesn't get all the way back to the mark you really want it to. Really got to pinpoint that pitch if you're the Eagles right now.
Big swing on that one.
Got a little help, swung out of the zone.
Step out for just a second. Take a breather and get back in there. 1-2 the count.
Longer the pitcher stares down for a sign. The batter doesn't want to wait too long.
Sends that one to the right side, foul. Another one that he swung at that looked outside of the zone to me.
Well, now he's trying to protect. Down 2 strikes. He's playing defense. He just wants to get the ball in play. Doesn't want to take too big of a hack. You choke up on the bat. You can't, you can't take that. And Kang might complain a little bit about it, but that's been his zone all night.
At least he's consistent calling those outside pitches strikes.
Now batting number 22, first baseman Eddie Tejeda.
I'd be just as frustrated.
You know, the hard part, though, if you're a player, the old adage is you want an umpire to be consistent. That's not always true. What you really want is an umpire to be accurate. In this case.
That one way high. Here comes the 1-0.
Okay, this is interesting. Because now you got a left-handed batter up. That pitch was close to the same spot, maybe a little higher, on the opposite side of the plate.
Right.
Called
Which
the ball.
Is a strike every time on the other side. And he went back to the same side there as he was getting those strikes on the righties. That one looks a lot closer to the batter, though, and it's a left-handed batter. 3-0 the count with 1 out.
To walk.
And the patient at bat rewards him a base.
Funny game, baseball, isn't it? Strike out the last batter, then all of a sudden can't find the zone.
Batting center fielder number 16, Troy Leaf.
Leaf digging in with a runner on first.
He throws a lot of curveballs. The Bucs really need to stay patient. Not swing too early. Leaf really wants an extra base hit right now if he can help it.
And
What a save! Wow.
good job by the catcher. He's been on his game. He's going to go take a visit.
That ball was a missile to the
That's-
left side of the bag, and I don't know how it didn't get behind the plate.
6 balls in a row for the pitcher. Struggling against the left-handed batters right now.
5 straight balls. Got to find the zone here. There's one.
2-1 now.
Throwing what we call junk up there. Not a lot of velocity.
That one outside makes the count 3-1.
Tried to frame the corner, not quite. Pulled it glove side.
Doesn't want to walk another batter here. Testing him over on first base.
It's a good counter run on 3-1. Hit and run situation could be in play here.
And a late swing on that one.
Yeah, and I think Leaf wants that pitch back. See him shaking his head. It was not necessarily right down the middle, but a hittable zone for him.
Just far too late on that swing.
See if the runner's in motion here, 3-2. You see it a lot with 2 outs. With a lefty on the mound, probably not. Wow, he loses control and he hits him, and he's going to want that one back.
First hit by pitch for him. And another walk.
Catcher number 21, Michael Choi.
So it's the catcher, Choi, coming in with 1 out and 2 runners on now. Both of them walked. That one way outside. Pass ball, and they'll both take their bases.
That's a huge wild pitch, a big development, because all the Bucs need now is a fly ball to give themselves the lead deep enough. A sac fly will do it.
And it's a 1-0 count.
You know, if you're Choi, though, I mean, you're going to want to knock, drive in 2.
All he needs is a little contact, get it out there to the outfield.
If he's going to pull the ball, he's going to want to pull it in the air. Can't get it on the ground to short or third. Will do you no good here. If you punch it to the right side, you see sort of a shift on. Nobody covering the bag over at first.
Here's the 2-0. Chops it foul on the third base side.
And now the struggle for Choi right here is he pressing? You can see he's out in front of those pitches right there. He really wants to get that ball in the air. Got to relax, keep his shoulders back.
Don't want to lose the count here. That's at bat. 2 runners in scoring position. That one inside gives him a 3-1 count. It's a great count to work with here.
And of course, you know, the Eagles at this point in the game still tied early. They're not going to want to walk him, even though it could set up a force.
The 3-1. That one chopped. Once
Ooh,
again,
that's
foul.
Corkscrewed foul. If it hit the bag, it would have stayed fair. Now it's about putting the ball in play. No strikeouts if you're Choi.
That's right. Full count.
Not productive in getting a run home. That'll work just the same.
And that'll load up the bases with 1 out for the Bucs after the walk.
Time called. And this may be either a mound visit or a pitching change in a big spot here. A new development added in the fact that a double play possibility is now on the table. Also a force at any base. Runners have to move on contact.
That's correct. Sometimes that allows the defense to make a lot of an easier play than they would have.
And if you're Krieger, who is coming up to bat, I believe, right now. Yes. If you're Krieger, 6'2", 190, a freshman out of Thomas Jefferson University. It's a big spot for him. Young kid, freshman in college.
Billy Joel playing in the background.
Now batting right fielder number 27, Chase Krieger.
Makes the moment even bigger with Billy Joel as the walk-up song. Am I right about that, Justin? Makes the moment even bigger with a Billy Joel walk-up song?
Oh, he's got to be a big shot. Well, in his mind, I'm sure, he wants to back up the words.
And he's swinging at anything in the zone, and out goes foul. 1-1 the count.
And now, really, it's the same principle. Get the ball in the air at the very least. If you can get a base hit, that's a bonus. But right now, it's about situational hitting.
way low and inside in the dirt.
And for the Eagles, right now it's about the pressure on the base pass. You've seen the pitcher be really wild inside, nearly hitting the last two batters.
They've been close. Here's the 2-1. That one looked to be outside. First baseman fumbles it a little bit. He'll tag the runner.
But
A run will score, though, and the Bucs recapture the lead. 5-4.
and that's exactly what Krieger needed to do. Push the ball to the right side, get that run home,
Fielder number 30, Jerray Smart.
and advance the runners.
And with 2 outs and a strike now, Smart has a chance to bring a little bit more of a cushion to the Buccaneers as they have a 1-run lead. Big swing and a miss. Early 0-2 count.
Jerray has had some tough ABs. He swung outside the strike zone a lot. Really wants to get off the schneid here.
Good take. I like the mentality to keep swinging, though. If it
Well,
looks
there is-
good, keep swinging.
There is such a thing as being too aggressive. I mean,
See what he does here on the 1-2. 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. That's outside.
and that was a little farther away than what the call has been today.
Thankfully for Smart.
Yes.
Been a few of those that have been a called strike that surprised the batters and us. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Leaves the 2 runners on base.
I mean, it appears if there's a scouting report for the Eagles, they know it on Smart. Go up and away, make him fish outside the zone. It's got to be more disciplined in there.
So the Bucs get the lead back 5-4 after a couple walks from the pitcher
One run.
and a sacrifice ground out.
The score is 5-4 Bucs heading into the sixth.
We'll see you at the top of the 6th. Contact out to center field, and he's under it, and that's an out to start out the top of the 6th.
1 pitch, 1 out. It's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Particularly for Torville, who's in his 3rd inning of work already.
He's done a great job so far of stopping the bleeding early on when it looked like the Eagles were getting some momentum in the 3rd.
Now, again, like we said, they want to give these guys work, but how long do you let him go? 1-run game, top 6.
Batter asked for a little bit of time here on the 1-0 count.
Did the batter ask for time, or did the umpire ask for more baseballs? Because one of the Bucs players seemed to be running across the back of the... Oh, I guess it was just time. That's interesting.
And that one sends it on the ground to the second baseman. He's going to throw it over to first. 2nd out of the inning. Couple quick outs to get the top of the 6th started for the Bucs.
Jam shot in on his hands, able to squeak it out to second base. Exactly where he wanted to throw it.
Chance to go 3 up and 3 down here. Pops it up into the air.
They can't find it.
That's in the infield, and the pitcher will close out the inning. 3 quick outs for the Bucs in the top of the 6th.
You don't necessarily... You don't necessarily want to see a pitcher make that play right there, but an out is an out. Move to the bottom of the 6th.
Second baseman going to kick things off here in the bottom of the 6th, facing a new pitcher for the Eagles. No longer a sidearm throw that these batters are going to have to face, but still the left arm.
If you're the Bucs right now, you want some add-on runs. You want to give your pitching staff some cushion, a little less pressure for them over the back third of this game.
And a low pitch, but a swing ties up the count at 1.
Next batter. I'm trying to find it. Oh. Yeah.
3-1 the count. A nice hitter's count for the first few pitches of this Eagles pitcher. That one chopped on the ground over to third, bounces really weirdly, and he'll take a base.
Little in between. Pitcher's got to call the third baseman off right there. Either the third baseman has to come in charging, or that's the pitcher's ball, and he's got to make that play.
Now batting for the Bucs, number 17, Camilo de la Barcena.
So we have a pinch batter now. And it's Camilo de la Barcena, number 17, the pitcher.
Undecided on a college destination for him, but 210 junior right-handed batter, 5'10".
Let's see what the pinch hitter can do here with no outs and a runner on first. Good take on the first pitch, down low. That one was way high and outside, a 2-0 count now.
Uh-oh.
And we got ourselves a pickle.
Yeah, he got totally caught off guard at first. Caught him leaning. It's a good pickoff attempt over there. And that's a big play. 5-4. You had 1 out, a runner on. Keep this a 1-run game right now.
So now it makes this at bat a little bit different with an out. A 2-0 count still. See what Camilo can do. Makes it 3-0.
You just hear the head coach of the Bucs yell green light.
Means
He
can
likes
swing.
it. He's going to swing.
And he
4-pitch walk.
walks him on the second batter that he faces in the game. So now
Batting number 6, the designated hitter, Alex Howard.
DH coming up to see what he can do with 1 out, a runner on first in the bottom of the 6th with a 1-run lead. Does not want a double play ball here. It's a called strike on the outside edge. Way outside, and the runner on first will advance to second.
That's got to be at least the 4th or 5th wild pitch we've seen today
Yeah.
from this staff. They're yanking the ball arm side. Free base. It almost nullifies the pickoff attempt because you give up the free base on the wild pitch.
And now you don't have an easy opportunity for a double play.
No.
A little bit better of a position now for the Bucs. with a 1-1 count. Here it comes. Line drive right
That's
to
a double play.
shortstop.
That's
And as we were talking about no
there you
double
go.
play, there it is.
There's the jinx. That was a walk. And you know that double play, you don't see very often, a line out like that.
No.
And that's a mistake by the runner on second base. When the ball's hit in front of you, when the ball is hit in front of you, you never advance as a runner unless you know it's clearly over the second baseman's head. You're supposed to freeze. The runner did not. Doubled off.
We'll see in the top of the 7th. 2 runners on the Bucs caught sleeping there. Top of the 7th brings on the new pitcher, Justin Pauly, the right-handed pitcher from Glendale College. His task is to keep this lead for the Bucs. They have a 5-4 lead right now.
I guess you can be a third-year sophomore. I didn't even know that existed.
Well, COVID did everything.
Yeah, COVID, yeah. COVID, people staying back a year, who knows?
Yeah. First
COVID's
pitch
not
is
out
a
of the
ball.
woods yet either.
And a second ball. 2-0 count.
And this is not the time to start missing the zone. 1-run lead. You don't want to give him any free passes.
Got a 3-0 count. Eagles are down by 1. See if he swings on this one.
Wow.
He'll take a base of 4-pitch walk to start things off for Justin Pauly.
And no, he wouldn't be swinging there. I mean, you're down 1. You don't want to give up any unnecessary outs. Surprised that wasn't called a strike.
I am too. One high as well. 5th ball in a row for Pauly.
You know, and there is, you know, just to play devil's advocate, either the last pitcher that was in, Torville, either he was out of gas, they had him on a pitch count, or they just said you're going a couple of innings. And the other question is, why would you take a guy out who's in rhythm for now a guy who's at this point thrown 5 out of 6 calls being balls there? And that would be the only argument, is that he was out of gas or he had some sort of innings limit, at least in my view.
That one upstairs again. He did get the swinging strike, though. See if that gives a little pep in his step here.
Pitcher's best friend would go a long way right now. Double play ball would be nice.
Here's the 2-1 from Pauly. That one hit up high to left center field.
That one was off the end of the bat. No carry to it.
One out now for the Bucs here in the top of the 7th. Runner on first for the Eagles. That popped up foul.
Seen runners move all day. Wouldn't be surprised if a straight steal is on soon. That runner at first has a pretty big lead.
Might be a good call with one out.
Oh, look at that. It's almost as if he's baiting him, and now they called a balk. Did they call a balk?
Not sure what
They called a balk. Yes, that is exactly what they just called. Folks, what a balk is when a pitcher begins his windup and refuses to come set before throwing the ball. The runner, if a runner is on, they are awarded the next base. If not, then the batter at the box would be awarded first. In this case, runner takes second because he baited him into it. Don't see that all that often.
You gotta get his head back in this one. 0-2 count now. One out, and the runner was awarded second base, as you were saying.
And Pauly was frustrated as he came off the mound. Frustrated himself. I don't think he was frustrated at the call. I think he knew it was correct.
And again, that runner had a big lead. Had a chance to throw him out. Nobody was waiting on the bag.
Silver lining, if you're the Bucs, that runner station with one out, it's not as bad as if it was nobody out and they can get the runner to third with less than 2.
Just outside on that one, 2-2 count.
That is filthy.
Got him swinging way up high.
Absolutely. That is one of those corkscrew, don't know what to do with yourself, defensive swings. It's near your eyes. It could dip right back into the zone. You're trying to get out of the way. That is just ridiculous. Great pitch.
Great pitch at a very opportune time for Pauly. Gets the second out after the balk. Faces a lefty here now. Getting into a little bit of a rhythm.
It's getting late. 7th inning. Justin getting bailed out. A couple of big strikeouts following the balk call.
Nice pitch there down the middle. Gets him to swing.
And again, that's a pitch that the Eagle hitter is going to want back. Right down the middle, fastball. Hitters count 2-0.
In comes the 2-1 from Pauly. The with 2 outs. Another one upstairs. He's been pitching a little high since he came in. With a 1-run lead, unfortunately not the time to start throwing too many balls and walks. 3-1. That one upstairs as well. Take his base.
And it's sailing on him, which could usually mean, especially if it's a fastball that he's overthrowing, if he's not using his pinpoint control, he could be throwing it just a little bit too hard. See a mound visit coming out now.
And it might just be a mental thing, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
the
this
ball
game,
can,
any sports, you can argue that sports is more of a mental game than a physical game. I mean, obviously there's pros and cons to that argument, but there is a mental side to every sport.
It's more than half the battle for sure.
Particularly more with individual sports like tennis or golf than team sports like maybe this, because you can rely on other players to pick you up. But being on the mound, I mean, that's a lonely place.
Yeah.
Not necessarily talking to your teammates all the time. If you're in the batter's box, you come back into the dugout and you're sort of socializing and hanging out, obviously in the spirit of competition, but
yeah, when you start throwing all these balls and get a frustrating balk like that the pitching mound can feel like an island by yourself. See if the mound visit did anything for him. There's a strike. One and one count with 2 outs, 2 runners on. And lined over
laser
the third.
beam. Laser beam, man, that was.
So after a little bit of a weird inning there, he saves himself and allows no runs. We'll see in the bottom of the 7th. scoreless bottom and top in the 6th and a scoreless top of the 7th brings up the bottom of the 7th and a ball to start things out.
Again, yanking the ball arm side. Not getting it over the zone. Been a tight game, pretty evenly played when you think about it.
Very much so. Chopped up to the pitcher. And he'll throw it over to first for the first out of the inning.
See, and that's the example right there of a pitcher taking the initiative and fielding his own position correctly. Knew the ball was coming right back to him, knew it was his to call, and made the play.
Number 1, Evan Kay.
Starts out again, way outside. That one sent and finds the gap in the right field. That'll be a base hit.
Again, driven the other way. Kang kept his head down, drove through the ball instead of on top of it to right field.
First baseman, number 22, Eddie Tejeda.
King, just a freshman. 5'9", 145. Finds the gap in right field with one out. And another hit,
In the hole.
and that'll find the gap over in left field. The runner from first will get all the way to third base. And another extra base hit.
That was about as textbook in all phases as you can be. A big-time seeing eye single through the shortstop hole and busting it out of the box to get to third, and then the trail runner on the throw decides to move up to second. Smart base running.
Center fielder, number 16, Troy Leaf.
Leaf, a big moment here with one out, 2 runners in scoring position. Have a chance to give a real cushion to this Bucs team on opening day. And he gets hit first pitch.
Base is juiced now. Nobody out.
Once again, creates a force though. Base is loaded. Now a runner on first.
I have a really bad joke that probably nobody wants to hear. I'm teasing it anyway. Should I say it?
You essentially have to.
The baked potato is loaded, everyone. Loaded baked potato, get it?
I don't even know if that's a joke.
I don't
Justin.
think it's a joke. I think it's a saying that just doesn't work. So, it's being retired as of this moment now.
It was.
Never to be uttered again. Fell flat. Not my first time.
I feel like you'll probably say it again at some point.
Yeah, well.
Now the catcher, number 21, Michael Choi.
Troy with a chance here. Nobody out. Real big spot right now. You can really put this game away with really a single. Could do it.
There is one out.
Oh, there is one out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
My
So you don't
mistake.
want a double play ball here, essentially.
No, exactly right.
Anything else, though, in the outfield to do? Bring in another run, get the 2-run lead at least.
2-run lead would be huge. A base hit could really break this game open.
Bottom of the 7th. Big moment here. One's low. Catcher doing a great job of blocking that one. Not allowing a free run. Gonna make the Bucs work for it. 1-1 count with one out, and the bases are loaded. Big swing and a miss. Who's going for a grand slam there.
Yes, he was. That was exactly.
That was all he had in
That was
mind there.
exactly what he was aiming for, and now he better choke up on the bat and just get the ball in play. In fact, I would argue that now wouldn't be the time to go for the grand slam. If you're going to go for it in the third inning, not the seventh.
It just means so much more in the seventh, though.
Why?
'Cause you're closer to the end of the game.
The stat counts just the same. I don't understand. I mean, timing. What? He's not guaranteed the steak dinner if he does it in the third, but doesn't do it in the seventh. I don't.
I heard they're going out for ice cream after this.
Are
if
they?
He gets the grand slam. Full count, bases loaded with 1 out. Pressure's on for Choi.
Good take.
And he gets walked. A free run for the Bucs. Definitely not what the Eagles wanted to do there.
No, that was, in fact, the exact opposite. You don't record an out. The bases remain loaded. You just keep the line moving now.
Fielder number 27, Chase Krieger.
And you give the Bucs a 2-run lead with it. Little bit of insurance with a chance for even more.
Another really big stop back there.
That one chopped. That'll be fouled just on the other side of the line. Still 1 out. The bases are still loaded. We do want to mention that we go live on Instagram at the end of this game with interviews with the coaches, possibly players.
With our game day operations staff.
Correct.
Big shout out to them for all they do for us.
Ventura County Pirates Instagram page.
Stay tuned for that after the game.
2-1 count. 1 out and bases loaded.
You know, they want to break this open, almost like cracking an egg here.
Way outside. And he's another ball away from walking in another free run.
And this is about as big of a disaster for the Eagles as you can think of. Walking in a run, leaving the bases loaded. You're 3-1 now, and you walk in another.
And these Bucs will just keep taking it.
And if you're the Eagles, you don't want this game to get away. I mean, a three-run deficit, even though there's only 3 innings to play, is still doable, especially in this game. But if you get up to 5, 6, 7 runs in an inning, that's a problem if you're the Eagles, and you might want to consider changing pitchers if you have the opportunity to do so.
Batting the left fielder number 30, Jermaine Smart.
It's Smart up to bat. He took the first strike. Bases still loaded with an out. That one's outside again. Pitcher is struggling out there right now.
And I don't understand how he hasn't been pulled yet.
Well, if you look out to the left, nobody's warming up.
I
Maybe
mean,
a personnel issue.
personnel problem, not enough pitchers, possibly. We can't speculate. But, if you're a coaching staff, in layman's terms, the fact that he's missing off the plate as wide as he is, and now they got him picked off at third, that was
Got him sleeping.
that's a big break.
Yeah.
Didn't saw that at the corner of my eye over there. And, finishing off that point as big as that play was, as a coaching staff, when you have a player missing as far outside as he is, that should give you a cue to say he doesn't have it today. It's time to yank him. Good
Going low and
take.
in the dirt again. Great take. 3-1 count.
Reason that was such a good take, that pitch started as a strike for a very long time. You saw the batter's hips start to move, and then he kept his bat back and his shoulders square and didn't break the plane.
Yeah, Smart showing a little more patience than he has in previous at-bats today.
And
he
rewarded.
Gets rewarded for it. Finds the gap in right field. A run will score. And he's safe at third. So it's an RBI single for Smart.
And that's what plain, clean baseball will give you. Smart.
Batting second baseman, number 12, Maximo Garcia.
Smart taking that pitch low, able to keep his hip square and go toward right field, first to third. RBI knock, RBI single. It's 8-4 Bucs.
What a great inning so far for the Bucs. On defense, not allowing a run. Offense, really patient at bats, and he gets a steal. Catcher almost let him run. Seemed like he had a lot of time.
That was bizarre, and
Yeah.
I mean that's a steal, but it's either the catcher's hesitancy to throw, or the fact that the shortstop or the second baseman didn't get over to cover the bag in time.
That one outside once again ties up the count at 1 apiece. We have 2 outs. Runners on second and third.
Now here's your other dilemma. You could have gotten a force out at second on a ground ball. Instead, at the very least, you're forced to go to first. It's been an adventure today, to say the least.
The Eagles desperately want to get out of this half of the inning.
Maximo Garcia, freshman, 6-foot, right-hander, 170 at a Grand Canyon U.
He swings at a pitch way outside and gives it right to the pitcher to close out the inning. But not after the Bucs were able to score 3 runs. 2 of them walked in, and 1 of them an RBI single from Smart. We'll see in the top of the 8th.
3 runs, 3 hits, no errors.
We're now here in the top of the 8th after a big 7th inning for the Bucs. They take a 4-run lead, 8-4 here. First pitch inside for Pauly. At the conclusion of the game on the Ventura Bucs Instagram page, as we said, we'll be going live interviewing Evan Kang, who's had himself a day for sure at bat.
2 for 2 with a walk. Also,
guys.
once again, just to repeat, that is the Ventura Bucs Instagram page, not the Pirates, the Bucs.
Two and one count for Pauly.
This is the point of the game now. If you're the Bucs, where you want to really just shut it down. You're up by 4. You got all the momentum. You're in the back third of the game, top 8, and you really just want to close out with some clean baseball.
That's exactly right. You got the insurance runs. You got the 4-run lead. You don't need much else except for some quality pitches, quick outs. Send him home. Full count now. And he'll walk him. Not the way you want to start the top of the 8th after that big 7th.
Just as we look forward to the schedule, everybody. Today would be the 8th, so tomorrow, 2 games on tap. One here at LA Valley College for the SBL Bucs, not for the GCCL Bucs, but for the B Squad SBL against the Arroyo Seco Royals. That's at 4 o'clock, and also I, along with Charlie, will be on the road covering the Ventura Pirates against the Arroyo Seco Saints at Jackie Robinson Field. That's scheduled at 6 o'clock tomorrow, so stay tuned for a variety of streams for your respective Ventura County teams.
Pauly able to find the strike zone there after 2 balls and the walk to start out the inning. See if he can turn this around. There's the wind up for the 2-1. That one just outside. The 3-1 count finds the zone. The batter thought he had a free base, but he has a full count he's got to deal with now from Pauly. Still no outs. Runner on first, and he's running.
And again, that's on the pitcher, just going straight to home. It's not necessarily as bad of a move right now, given that it's a 4-run lead here in the 8th. It's not technically a defensive indifference, but it's pretty close. Going straight to home.
There'll be a mound visit here. Don't want to give up too much momentum that you gained in the 7th, although the momentum was given by the pitcher with the 2 walks home. Words of encouragement for Pauly. Possibly looking for him to finish this one out. We'll see if he can. Pitched a couple innings so far. And probably a few more walks than he wished he did. But hasn't given up any runs.
You know, something I'd be interested to find out as we move through a league like this is, you know, is it up to the catcher to call the game, or is he receiving the signals from the bench? You see a lot of pitch calling in college coming from the bench. Obviously, at the semi and professional levels, it's more the catcher has the right to decide which pitch he wants his hurler to throw. But that, that's a little interesting wrinkle.
Yeah. 3 balls in a row so far. A walk would load the bases up.
And that is high.
So bases loaded with no outs.
And that's, again, exactly what you don't want if you're the Bucs. You get this 4-run lead, and now all of a sudden an erratic inning and the tying run is at the plate.
Yes, indeed. The tying run
And
digs in and crowds the plate here.
it's all been walks, has it not?
That's correct. I went upstairs again.
So yet to find the consistent zone. And if you want to maintain the lead, we keep harping on pitching changes, but with the depth of this staff for the Bucs, spoke about 9 pitchers coming in.
That one ripped foul.
Watch out, third base coach.
At least you get a strike under your belt as Pauly.
Strikeout would go a long way here. They definitely give up a run for an out in this situation, up by 4 late in the game. Playing situational baseball,
That one popped up and sent behind the plate for another strike. 1 and 2 the count. Strikeout here would be huge for Pauly.
it's one of those where taken out for a run any day of the week. Force at any base is open. What a pick! Oh my Lord!
Great job by Choi, able to keep that one in front of him, and he gets the nod from Pauly, thanking him.
That is one of the tougher, because that one was sliding away from Choi.
Got a 2-2 count, bases loaded. That one sent up, popped up in the air, out to left field.
See if the runner decides to tag. No, it's too shallow. That's a big out right there.
Not going to test the arm.
Heads up play by Choi to keep his eyes in front of him. Even though the throw was a little errant, you had 3 Pirate players all around home plate backing him up.
Great defensive awareness there from Choi once again. He's done a great job behind the plate so far. 1 out, bases are still loaded.
This is the type of an inning, the type of a situation that can decide the game. 1 out now, a double play gets him out of the inning.
That's in for a strike. Pauly getting a little more confidence after you get a couple strikes under your belt, get the fly out.
It's amazing what 1 out can do, isn't it? Just getting that under your belt, settling yourself down.
Not allow the tag up either.
Yeah, that is going to be a big talking point, as we go through maybe over the course of the next few games, over the course of the week. If the Bucs are able to get some momentum.
Pauly with the 1-1. Great contact out to left field, and that's going to drop. It's fair, and that's going to bring in a couple runs.
I thought it might clear him, not enough speed, but that is a huge 2-run double for the Eagles.
Big RBI.
This game is nowhere near over yet. And now the go-ahead run is now at the plate.
That's right, 2 runners in scoring position. The tying runs. 8-6 the score with 1 out.
If you're Ventura, you're still in control of this game. Can trade an out for a run. That means 2 outs and either a runner on second and a runner on third, depending on whether that runner at second base can tag up. Still can trade an out for a run here. Top 8, only an inning and a half to go.
Just a little bit upstairs on that one. Pauly's been throwing a little bit high this inning.
Question remains as to whether Ventura will move to a new pitcher. If the Bucs
that
can.
one a ball as well. Two, 1 count. Yeah, no one warming up in the bullpen.
This is Paulie's inning right now.
Make him finish it. And they'll take the out, and they might be able to get him at second base.
Oh, wow.
They call him safe.
That's one of those swimmer.
Yeah.
The leaning. We don't have the benefit of replay here, so there's no way to review the call. The only idea would be to ask if whether a coach wants to have the umpires huddle, but I don't think that's going to happen at this stage.
So they get him out at first, the pitcher.
From the naked eye, to me, he was beat back to the bag. The question was whether the
like
tag happened before his hand got back.
He's in for a strike on the outside edge.
And the reason that call might have been more difficult than you might expect, folks, is that the umpire station in between the mound and short has to move over to third to see if the runner is going to come home. That means the umpire at first has to go to second.
And the Bucs get out, still with the lead, a 2-run lead, 8-6, after the pop fly out to center field retires the side. And we have the bottom of the 8th.
2 runs, 1 hit, no errors.
We'll see you in the bottom.
8-6.
First ball to the pinch hitter is a strike. Here in the bottom of the 8th, the Bucs have a 2-run lead, 8-6, And they desperately want to keep it. That ball hit pretty well to left
Oh,
field.
wow.
Great catch.
Snow
the left
cone.
fielder.
Snow cone that. That was tough angle. Tell you, amazing, isn't it? Every time you think something's either going to look routine or not routine at all, then something happens.
Got on his horse for that one.
Now batting number 6, the designated hitter, Alex Howard.
Way low and in the dirt on that one. And it is a new pitcher on the mound for the Eagles after the plenty of walks last bottom of the 7th.
Well, the point is they don't want to give up any more runs right now. They get those 2 runs back. It keeps this game within striking distance for the Eagles to come back and win it if they have a shot. But they need to make sure they stop the bleeding right now and right here.
And that one will find the gap in center field. A base hit for the designated hitter. Putting the H in DH, Justin.
Extra hitter number 10, Colin Bell.
I'm not giving you credit for that. My stupid joke was bad. Your stupid joke was better, but still bad.
So a runner on now with 1 out. Bottom of the 8th.
And the home plate umpire calls that on the swing. I think he probably wants to have the home plate umpire ask there, but unless it was obvious, that would be ruled a strike.
Here's the 0-1. It's outside. One count with 1 out. Chopped behind him, foul ball, 1-2 now.
You know, we started this game with the lack of hits, a lot of errors, and now all of a sudden the Bucs have piled up 10 knocks.
Yes, they have. 16 hits total. 4 errors total.
Now
And he's safe at second, gets the steal. The pitcher did not know that that ball was coming. He had to matrix out of the way of that one.
well, the throw skipped in the dirt, but also the runner at first got a massively wonderful jump and stole that bag really from the outset.
Here's the 2-2.
It
Big
would have
swing.
taken a Javi Baez like pick and tag to get him out.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. That's a big out.
Gets
Runner
the-
moves into scoring position there, and now you
Number 1, the
doesn't have an
shortstop,
issue
Evan Payne.
of moving to third with less than 2.
Big strikeout. I feel like we haven't seen a strikeout in quite a while.
It's
Been a lot of walks.
yeah, you
and
know that's
flyouts.
a good point. I'm not sure when the last one we got was.
That one's popped up.
Triangle.
And that falls in between all 3 players. That'll bring in another Bucs run. Big RBI single.
That's the tough part about balls hit in that area of the field. You don't know who's going to call it. It's over the shortstop's head, over his shoulder. It's in between 3 different defenders and could fall between any number of them. You got the left fielder probably has the best shot at the ball coming directly in on it, but it's still a tough play.
To the first baseman, Eddie Tejeda.
Definitely a tough play, and the steal at second base proves to be very beneficial for the Bucs as he was able to round that third base and get the run. take the 3-run lead.
As of right now, I believe the winning pitcher would probably be...
Tourville.
I think it's Torville, yeah. I was going to say probably got the lead before being pulled.
Another steal, second base. The throw from the catcher that time not as good as we've seen it before from him with a 2-0 count.
He's swinging right here, regardless of what the pitch is or where it is, unless it's like really in the dirt. He's taking a hack.
Now a runner in scoring position once again. And the pitcher did not want to let him get any more of a lead than he had.
And that's Kang's third hit of the day, at least.
Crack of the bat, but it pops up in the infield. The first baseman there to retire the inning. Not before a nice RBI single from the Bucs.
2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and we are 9-6, heading into the top of the ninth.
So it's a 3-run lead going to the top of the ninth, and the Bucs have a chance to close it out here with 3 outs. We'll see you for the top of the ninth as a closing pitcher's running in.
So Indiana.
So the game is in the hands of Camilo de la Barcena on the mound for the Bucs with a 3-run lead in the top of the ninth. Chance to close this one out, Justin.
This is a save situation, 3-run lead. If we are correct, Torville will qualify for the win. That is if
everything goes smoothly.
Camilo can lock it down.
First pitch, a ball outside. And that one out to left field and does find the gap. He'll get a single.
And if you're a Buck fan, that is not helpful. Not a good way to start the inning. Base running pressure. Time called immediately, and my guess for this is not necessarily to calm anybody down. There could be switching of signs. Could be a little bit confusion, maybe at that last at bat as to what Choi wanted Camilo to throw, and maybe he mixed up a situation. So clarifying some details.
Clarifying is good, especially in the ninth. Runner on first with no outs. That one's just outside. Here's the 1-0. Sent out to right field, popped up. The right fielder is going into foul ground territory, and he's able to bring it in.
That's a tough play. He's running at full speed, covered a great amount of distance there. That pitch was in on his hands, jammed him.
And he lost his shoe.
And
Great catch.
And that's what you take away from it? He lost his shoe?
He lost his shoe.
That's it?
Good
That's all
job.
you got?
Good job.
In the words of Count Dooku, surely you could do better. Yes, I am a Star Wars junkie as well. Star Wars nerd. Adding a little levity to the ninth inning.
And he's got his ringer on.
Oops.
1 out, a runner on first. A ground ball to short can do it.
Ground ball anywhere. I mean, a ground ball at second base. As long as they got the right personnel covering the bags.
In for a strike on the first pitch. Camilo, right-handed pitcher, stands at 5'10", weighing 210 pounds. Hasn't committed yet to a college.
Another balk. That's the second we've seen. That one was a little less obvious. So the umpire at home plate is explaining to Camilo that his whole body did not stop before going into his motion.
Interesting to have two in one game.
Yeah, that's a rarity.
Almost unheard of. That one in for a strike. 0-2 now. Strikeout would be big, especially after the balk.
Once again, everybody, stay tuned for the post-game interview with Mr. Kang, who will no doubt be meeting with our game day ops
Popped up
individuals.
to left field, and he's able to bring it in. Runner on second won't test the arm. 2 outs. So the Bucs are 1 out away from closing this one out with a 3-run lead. If all goes well, there is a runner on second in scoring position.
Opening day win would be huge for this ball club. Establish some momentum for this week, heading into the weekend.
First pitch is in for a strike.
A bit of a delayed call, but possibly because the catcher dropped it.
Camilo winds up with the 0-1.
Is he
One's
sidearm
low.
as well? No, if he's coming over the top.
It's a little, yeah,
It's a little wonky, isn't
a
it?
little bit.
Almost like Tyler Anderson, where he's got that herky-jerky.
1-1 is a little bit upstairs.
It's not even really like a full true sidearm. It's kind of like an uppercut.
A diagonal angle type
Yeah.
of deal. It works. Got 2 outs.
Hey, if it works for him.
And that's low. 3-1 count.
If he walks him here or gives up a knock, I mean, that's tying run to the plate all of a sudden.
That's true.
2 outs.
Love to end the game here. Another runner on base.
Whoa!
Huge.
That was not intended.
That one went behind the batter. Didn't
And-
hit him, went behind him.
And that's a little bit more bizarre because it's a walk, but because it went behind the batter, the runner's allowed to advance.
Yeah, catcher wasn't able to
So
stop
an-
that one.
an-
Choi's been great behind the plate, but
a normal walk, or a conventional one, if you want to call it that, would see the runner stay stationary at second base, but not on that play.
still 2 outs. Chance to end it, but as you said, the tying run is at the plate.
Much better curveball.
Starting out this at bat strong with a strike.
Another great play by Choi back there. He's been stalwart back there behind the plate. Remember, tying run is at the dish.
One and one the count. And another ball upstairs.
Yanked it, little chin music right there.
2 outs. Runners on first and third in the corners. Tying run is at bat. Makes some contact on that. Out to center field. He's under it. If he catches it, it's over. And the Bucs get the win.
Big time
9
win.
9-6. Ventura Bucs beat the LA Mission Eagles.
Final score of 9-6 for the Bucs.
And it's Camilo de la Barcena that gets the save for the Bucs. The save attributed to him.
The win will probably be on the arm of Torville, Logan Torville, right-hander, 6'7", 200 out of Glendale College. The opener for the season. Bucs get the win, and it really came with some late game dramatics, some clean hitting at late, some big RBI clutch situations, and really LA Mission had their problems with their pitching staff in clutch, yanking balls all across the plate. It's been a great day here at the ballpark. Thanks for having me, Landon. It's been awesome.
Of course.
And we will see you in your respective areas tomorrow.
Yes,
Either
we will.
Ventura against the Saints, or I believe it is the SBO Bucs and another Arroyo team that will be here at Valley College.
Correct, here at home. Please tune in to the Instagram page of the Bucs for the live stream where we'll have an interview with Michael Kane. Evan Kane, sorry.
Sorry, that was my fault.
And yeah, tune in tomorrow. We got 2 games, as Justin said. And my name is Landon Klotz. Alongside me was Justin on the color. Thanks so much for watching.